We've got a fish on the line here. First RFQ is about to get sent out of this journey. I'm also only RFQing for very high probability solicitations. So I'm gonna show you guys how quickly I can win $100,000 worth of government contracts. All right, hustlers, welcome back to my channel. This is a bit of a different format than what you guys are used to. I'm not sitting down behind my desk. I'm actually getting ready to go out for a run right now, but I just got off the phone with my dad. And if you don't know, my dad is the guy who founded Two Lions Aerospace, the company that I went and I scaled to 14 million, 0 to 14 million with me, my dad, and my mom. I did 3 million in sales. And right now, obviously I have my business, government contracting, but in terms of flight training, I finished my flight training and I'm unemployed, all right? So I'm talking to my dad and he's like, well, you know what? Enjoy this time, take this time off. And I'm just thinking to myself, this is like, you know what? And granted, this was my mom's idea. She was like, what are you gonna do after? And she gave me a whole bunch of ideas. She was like, do you wanna volunteer in an animal shelter? Do you wanna help out with your brothers? Do you wanna get back to bidding? Do you wanna scale the business in a certain way? And I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go back to bidding full time. So this is day one, episode one of this series. I am going to show you how quickly I can start from zero. Like I haven't bid on any contracts I was gonna say I haven't bid on any contracts, but that's not true. I haven't bid on any contracts that I haven't been asked to bid on by contracting officers. So I'm gonna start from zero and show you guys. We're gonna see how quickly it takes, how long it takes me to win $100,000 in government contracting, just to show everybody, because sometimes this doesn't really happen with me, but people are like, oh, those who can't do teach. But let's put all those claims to rest. Let's make sure nobody has anything to say about me, about the Namya team, about the community, anything about that. And I'm gonna show you guys how quickly I can win $100,000 worth of government contracts. So this is ground zero. This is day one of this series. It is currently Tuesday, January 7th, 2025, 3:03 p.m. Let's get it. All right, we're back. I finished my run. I have also since changed. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a chain and a nice watch, not my nicest watch, but a watch that I enjoy wearing, because if you look good, then you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. Shout out Deion Sanders. So quite literally, I'm just going to let the camera roll as I fucking work and just show you guys everything that comes up as we go from zero to $100,000. I don't really have any expectations for how long this is gonna take. I'll put up all my stats and be super transparent about how many days it took. I'm gonna tell you guys how many RFQs I sent out per day. Like, I'm literally just gonna be so fucking consistent with this. So yeah, without further ado, like let's get into it, bro. I'm just gonna let the computer record. I'm gonna have my editor rip a time lapse. All right, so I'm going back to my well. So for those of you guys who are unfamiliar, I made a name for myself selling bearings for weapon systems, specifically for aircraft. And the guy that I trained to be my replacement after I left, he was supposed to be bidding on those, but I guess he found success somewhere else and he never got to them. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go look at my bearings and see like if I'm still trapping or not. So let's get it. So what I'm currently doing right now, I am going through PartSpace. It's not the software that I recommend. I recommend using Lucy. It's just we don't have Lucy. Lucy's a lot cheaper as well. And I am just straight up looking for solicitations in my old school niche that apparently nobody's been touching. And I just got word that my old source is also hasn't been bearing any fruit. So I feel like Franklin in Snowfall when he's like, put the word back out. We're back up. So let's see how quickly. There's a couple big boy solicitations that I see right here that I'm like, these could be interesting. So I'm going straight for the jugular. The goal is to do $100,000. I'm not even gonna around. I think I'm not gonna do anything less than 25,000. It just doesn't make sense time wise. So, yeah, let's just go right into it and see what we come up with. Okay, so first one that we find, you can see here the screen's yellow. This is for $110,000 and somebody won it. This was issued, oh no, it's not, it doesn't even exist yet actually. It's being processed. This is gonna come out tomorrow actually. So knowing that this is going to come out tomorrow, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add it to the favorites, bearings, and this is going on a tank, by the way. These are going on an assault tank. There's 13 different part numbers for this NSN number. Okay, so first search, there's 13 different part numbers. Now granted, it appears this is for 344 units and nobody has the quantity needed. I see 52, I see about 60 right here, so this doesn't really help us. So we're gonna go back and we can organize this by estimated value. Okay, so I see here, if it says new, then that means it doesn't currently exist. But I see that this one does exist. So if we look here, by searching the NSN, it doesn't look like anything came up for that one. So we're probably gonna have to do this by part number. And there's 8 entries here. So we'll go back, search tab. I'm trying to log into ILS. I'm gonna be so goddamn surprised if this works. Okay, that's what I figured. That was not gonna work. Answering DMs, somebody's trying to get into government contracting. I'm about to be like, yo, I'm cooking up right now. Just hop on the wave. So I just asked, I was like, yo, what is the off chance that you know the ILS password to my boy? This is my boy who's a killer, by the way. He be just tearing it up with Lockheed Martin. So ILS, yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't help us. It doesn't currently work right now, so. Okay, so this one used to be a small business set aside. It was supposed to be actually awarded by NEARS. It didn't get awarded. So this one has been reissued, and this one is for $95,000. So we know that the solicitation is valid. Let's check the part number status and see what comes up here. If anything comes up. Can we get something? Fish on the line. Fish on the line. Fish on the line, baby. Fish on the line. My source, and it's my OG source that has them. Fish on the line. Let's go. You know how nuts that would be if I smack this in like 2 contracts? You guys can't say anything to me if I smack this in like fucking 2 weeks and 2 contracts. I don't want to hear anything from you guys ever again. Nobody can ever question like if I know what I'm talking about. My old supplier has these. That's how you know it's been like a couple months since I bid, because I can't even log into like my email, bro. It's asking me for the Outlook password. Yeah, I don't even remember my Outlook password, bro. Oh, it worked. I had to do the authenticator app thing, but. So this is for 46 bearings. The market value, the estimated value of this contract is what, $95,000? $95,000. The procurement history, I don't see a lot of procurement history on this. I know it has to have procurement history. Let's look and see. 111042. Okay, we have logged into our Outlook. Let's examine the procurement history for this bad boy. So we're looking through the solicitation right now. It has no procurement history. Okay. If you look right here, it says no history available for this one. Yeah, I don't know how they derived the price for this. But if we look here, you see the estimated values right there. So I don't know where they got that number from. Like, it says this is the estimated management data price. I don't know where they got that number from. We've got a fish on the line here. We're gonna see what happens. It's with my old source. I know that they are gonna be happy to hear from me. So yeah, I'm gonna hit them up. I'm gonna be like, yo, listen, bro, I just finished flight training. I wanna make some extra cash before I start working again. What can you do for me? So Let's see. First RFQ is about to get sent out of this journey. Let's get it, baby. So this is going to be the first phone call that I'm making of this journey. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't like a little rusty. I hope these people are going to remember me.
Thank you for calling Brown Helicopter. Our hours of operation are Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are closed on Fridays. Please leave a detailed message or email your inquiry to sales@brownhelicopter.com. We will respond as soon as possible. Thank you and have a great day.
So their phone number that they have listed on this website is their bullshit phone number. This is why people get frustrated. It's their bullshit phone number. So let's look them up. So it looks like they are now only giving out their bullshit number on quotes. Because when I look at the last one, that is the last thing that I see. Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, it's 4:40. So I don't really know why they're closed. But that didn't really go according to plan. But, all right. Let's get back to it the old school way. So what I'm doing right now is I'm currently redeploying my email template right now. I have this out for free on YouTube, and I briefly touch on it. And you guys also get this when you sign up for the DLA Success Bundle. Yeah, so this is out on YouTube. You guys don't have to pay for this. I do give like a teaching moment on like how to use it in the DLA Success Bundle. Let's get straight to it. So we're gonna deploy it. This is gonna be the first RFQ that we are ripping, and then probably I'll check in with you guys at the end of the day after I've done everything that I've done, because it's gonna be kind of pointless for you guys to just watch me copy and paste a bunch of emails, and then I'll send you the final stats for the day, how many emails were sent, how many phone calls were made. It's gonna be 5 o'clock in like 15 minutes, so I don't think a lot of phone calls are gonna get made, but definitely gonna go back to the well and start sending emails. So I'll check in with you guys. Okay, so before the video's over, I picked 5 FSC codes. These are 5 FSC codes that I've worked before, and there are 698 records for these FSC codes just in parts base. If I had to do all of them, like in dibs, probably a couple thousand. I know that there's 2,000 just for one group of, like, one product market, like 23 to 2,700 open at any given time, and then I know there's about 6,000 for another one. So we're looking at like 8 to 9,000 in total. So I'm just gonna go through these 700 that are in part space, and I have them sorted by estimated value. So we're trying to get to 100,000 as fast as possible. Our threshold is going to be 25,000. We're not gonna do anything less than 25,000. So I will show you guys kind of what I've come up with here. Yeah, so we've got 698 records. So that's how many we're gonna be going through. At this point, I've submitted maybe like 6 or 7 RFQs. I'm trying to be very meticulous and be very system-based. This is about how fast I can do it. And granted, guys, this is probably not gonna be an accurate representation of like what your business is gonna be, because I've done this for 5 years. But this is just gonna be like a fun little challenge, and like I have different like subconscious pattern recognitions going on that are allowing me to do this at this clip. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update. I've picked my 5 FSC codes. We've got 700 solicitations to go through, and our floor is $25,000. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to work. My goal is to submit 20 RFQs today, which isn't bad. It's a little less than half of the number that I would like all of our clients to be submitting. I like you guys to be submitting a larger number than that, but for starting at 4:20 in the afternoon, I'll be happy with 20 RFQs, and it's only 5:30. So if I can get out of here in an hour, I'm happy with that, but back to work. Okay, so that's it for today. It is currently 7:02 p.m., so I exceeded the amount of time that I wanted to spend on this today by 32 minutes, but that's okay. I kind of just got into a flow, and I was like, okay, I gotta rip it. So let's see. Let's look at the stats. Let's look at the numbers here. So I'm gonna tell you guys how many RFQs I sent. So I sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I sent 12 today. My goal was 20. I didn't hit 20. but I sent 12, and then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 different manufacturers that I'm going to pursue. So if you guys remember, there was 698 solicitations that I was looking at based on those FSC codes. Now I'm only going to do the ones that go up to, or I'm only going to do ones that are $25,000 or higher. So realistically, it's probably only a couple hundred. So I've already gone through 3 pages. Each page is 40. I can reasonably expect I'll have to do 10 pages tomorrow. Then after those 10 pages, I'm going to attack the 6 manufacturers that I have here. So that's pretty much day 1. We got 12 RFQs out. Now keep in mind, I went through 120 solicitations, and when I say went through, I didn't like open up each solicitation and then look through it, right? I'm looking for very specific patterns that Partspace is spitting out from the data that's being held in these solicitations, right? So I'm looking for very specific things. So out of those 120, there's maybe, let's say, 60 of them that at first glance, you know, from the outside looking in, are attractive to me. And then out of those 50, I scroll and I look and I delve a bit deeper into the solicitation, and I'm like, okay, this is definitely what I'm looking for. Then I go and I look to see if any of my suppliers have it, and then it just so happened that maybe, let's say 30 out of the 30 that I was like, okay, this looks good on paper, I want to pursue this. 12 of those 30 my suppliers had those parts. And I'm also only RFQing for very high probability solicitations. So only solicitations that I really believe like I'm going to have a very good chance to win if I can get good pricing and availability on them. So that's a wrap on day 1. We went through 120 solicitations. We sent out 12 RFQs. And we've got 6 different manufacturers that we're going to pursue once we finish looking at these RFQs from our FSC codes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Not only am I looking forward to your success, I'm absolutely sure of it. Let's go print those dollars.